So we've come to Westminster today to make a change to stop violence, which is what the campaign's called. A lot of people that have arrived here today. We've had MPs coming out talking to us. I've had a meeting with my local MP. Jim Pinningham's office have been really helpful. We've got loads of actions to take forward. There's a long way to go. There's a long way to go, I'm afraid to say, but I think now is the time that our voices are being heard, and it's the time for change to support our next generation of children that are coming through this system that currently supports abusers and not the victim.
I'm here to give other survivors of domestic abuse a voice, really, and to try to change the system so that abuse survivors are not continuing to be abused by family courts after they've fled the violence.
We're here basically to highlight the issues within domestic abuse. Often people look upon abuse victims as people who are in lower paid jobs, or they're on benefits, or tattooed up. It's not the case. Anyone, anywhere can be subjected to domestic abuse.
I'm here because I fight on behalf of the victims to bring them some kind of justice, to challenge this government to take responsibility for the mess that they've caused.
I'm here to support Zoe and to support the cause of domestic violence and to make a difference, hopefully.
To support Zoe because I believe in this cause. I believe that there does need to be a register for domestic violence, as there is with sex offenders.
It's taken amazing courage for these survivors to come here. I was abused for 21 years. 21 years of being beaten and raped from a small child. Yet I'm told the Prime Minister's diary is too full. I didn't ask to be abused, and I think he should clear at least 5 minutes to hear our concerns about the women around this country, and men too.
I'm passionate about it. I'm a survivor of physical and sexual violence.
And a lot of these people that are here today that are all victims, or current victims, or just getting out of it, or survivors, are going through a grieving process because part of your life has been stolen when you've been in an abused relationship. You're trying to put back together, who you are, find out who you are, because a lot of the time you're a ball of mush, and you've got to feel, they say, well, why are you in that relationship? It's because you actually don't believe in who you are anymore.
I'm here just to really help a lot of the women that are still going through domestic violence or suffer with courts, family courts.
I'm here to protect our children. As it stands, abusive fathers have the right to have access to their children, and they're able to do that still through the children, and the courts are not listening or taking note.
The ideal situation would be to have a national register, not just local registers, a national register.
Abuser access to not only abuse the children, but to re-abuse you. Victim blaming, re-victimizing, all through the system, from police right through to judges, re-victimize survivors all the time.
Whereas if there was a register, I could have gone to someone and said, is he on this register? And he would have been on that register, and I would have been safe.
But getting out of that relationship doesn't mean that that's the end of it, because the abuse continues, whereas if you've got children, you're put through a family court system where you're told you have no choice but to hang your child, where you feel there's danger of abuse, whether it is physical, but mentally and emotional abuse is the major part of what's actually played against children.
The legal aid reinstated, I'd like the judges and the social services to have some kind of training to be able to recognise the types of abusers.
The fact that they didn't have a clue. I was absolutely traumatised. I was in a real state, and I don't think I could have even put two sentences together. Do you know what I mean? That's how terrible it is.
Stated that the government has already committed 40 million to frontline services for domestic violence. Where is that 40 million? Because I don't know of any new services. It's reporting now that 4 out of 5 families do not get help for domestic violence.
I'd like to know where the money has gone. The government say that £40 million has been put into domestic abuse services, but a lot of people are still finding that locally there are no services. So we'd really like David Cameron to explain to us where that money's gone.
What I'd like to see happen next is I think there needs to be education in school regarding domestic abuse. I mean, in my area alone, I'm in Surrey, the age group at higher risk is between 16 and 25. There definitely needs to be some education in school, especially high school, for those, just entering relationships, what's right and what's wrong in a relationship.
I face an epidemic of a problem of domestic violence. It's not improved, it's got rapidly worse, but yet the services are shrinking. There are no services in communities, there is no help, there is no support.
Rely on national services or national charities, all of which do fabulous work, but there's only so many that can help because the funding is cut. And we all know that within the next 2 years, the likelihood of any refugees being open is going to be, it's going to be none. We don't believe there'll be any.
In actual fact, domestic violence doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter what social class you are, what wage packet you get, what job title you are, what race, what sex, what age. Nobody is immune from it.
So the more we talk about it as survivors, the more we get out there and talk about it, and the easier it will become for other people to do that, other survivors.
I'm here outside the Houses of Parliament with a number of ladies, amazing ladies and gents that are survivors of domestic violence. It's been a horrific ordeal for many of the ladies to come out the other side, and a lot of them are still going through it at the moment with the court system which is facilitating abuse.
So how do we keep our families safe? How do we keep our children safe if Parliament will not make the laws that we need in place?
I will everyone to get involved and support and share and tweet. I just want to say that I'm so proud of you guys for turning up today. It's been an amazing day. I think our voices are finally being heard, and a real well done to those who couldn't make it, but they've still been supporting us online. So thank you guys.